All right, all right. Thank God it's Monday. Good morning, millionaires. All right, today we're talking about 7 habits that keep you from what you deserve. You are a phenomenon, right? You God's highest form of creation, and yet somehow many of us often don't achieve the results that we were looking for. I throw that out there because we're all these creatures of habit, right? And that's always fun. We say something like, "Oh, I'm a creature of habit," but check it out. You're also a creator of habit. You get what I mean? We're gonna get into it in a minute, but let me know, how was your weekend? Let me get it in a day. Okay, Mrs. Goins in the house. Let me get it in a word. How was your weekend? You know what I'm gonna do? Let me do this. Let me do it like this. Make sure you shout yourself out. Let them know you're here. Huh? Yeah. Let them know we in the house, y'all. Make sure you share it with a friend. We about to have one heck of a Monday right here. I love Mondays. I know we're supposed to hate Mondays and all of that, but I actually love them. I actually love the fact that, every single day we got another chance, because chances always come with choices, right? And oh man, that's all a man or a woman need is a choice and a chance. We're going to get this thing started. A chance and a choice. We're going to get this thing started in a couple minutes. Do me a favor and share it. Travis in the house. I'm glad to see you, my brother. Hey. My man JT in the house. It's cracking, bro. Let him know we in the house. Strength and honor, Kerman. Yeah, I love that. Crystal, what up, Chris? I love it. K Nicole checking in. There go my baby. Michelle in the house, what up? Let's get it, y'all. Let them know we in the building. Let me see it. What's one word that describes your weekend? This is always a fun game to play. What word describes your weekend? How did your weekend go? Mine was hella inspirational. I was able to get some thinking done. I was able to get some planning done. And today what we're going to do is kind of discuss some of the things that I was thinking about. You know what I mean? Not that I'm any different from you, but because I'm exactly the same. My man Nelson in the house, Vita Lachey. Brother Dennis Thicklin. That means Mrs. Thicklin ain't too far. That's good. All right. Okay. We about to get this thing started in less than 60 seconds. Let's get this party going. Good. Blessed. I see loving. Yeah. I see blessed. I love that. A lot of us feel blessed. Happy birthday, Jasmine. So thoughtful, Allie. You falls are so thoughtful. All right, let me call in on this live line. Hear from my mentor real quick. Let's see what he got to say. Hold on.
You have something special. You have greatness in you. Hello, this is Les Brown, and you're in the right place at the right time, because we're going to bring the millionaire out of you. Just hold
on. You got to love it, baby. You got to love it.
Thank you. Please announce yourself. All participants are muted. Entry and exit tones are off.
Big baby Ivory in this joint. Coach Spencer. The Pad Boys. Hey, man, y'all are out cold for them outfits y'all was wearing to simulate men having a period. I'm sure there's a story behind that, but y'all wild, man. Y'all are wild. You got to stand out, though. I ain't mad at you. So check it out, man. We are all God's highest form of creation. Can we all agree on that? That we're all God's. But isn't it true that it basically comes down to our habits? I mean, if you've been rolling with me, that we don't necessarily play it like everybody else. There are a lot of people out here that say, oh, you know what? It's all about your discipline and you need more discipline and you got to, but I'm going to tell you something. Discipline is really an illusion. What it's really about is your vision for the future and then the habits that you institute. I want to say good morning, millionaire, because disempowering habits are probably what's holding you back from living that life that you deserve. So why would we keep on repeating these disempowering habits? Why would we keep on doing things that hold us back? Well, it's because of the fact that the more you repeat something, the more it becomes ingrained into yourself. Neurons that fire together begin to wire together. And there's this thing called gray matter that comes through this highway. You know, when your brain has all these grooves, you're forming these connections between different other neurons. We ain't going to get too deep into neurology this morning. But the bottom line is, once you do it a couple times, it becomes easier and easier to keep on doing it. But check this out. Success is not about luck. Success is about the good habits that the best version of yourself naturally performs. Success is about the habits that are coming from a different version of you. This is why we're always saying you got to be before you'll do, before you'll have. So what we're talking about is, since every morning you get another chance, every day you get another choice. And the whole play, the whole vibe, the whole intention, your priority should be making empowering choices instead of just following what everybody else is doing just to get along. Am I making sense to somebody out there? The idea is that you want to stand out from all the failures that you come into contact with every day. Am I making sense? So what we're going to talk about today is kind of like some habits that you probably didn't focus on that are holding you back. Each of these might seem insignificant, millionaires, but when you practice all of them together, the result is this increased level of consciousness about how you are able to take control of your choices. Awareness pain, y'all. The reason why I'm so big on personal development is because what you always hear about is growing pain. But what I want to talk about this morning is awareness pain. Why? Because awareness pain is the only thing more powerful than growing pain. A lot of times growing pain will make you want to stay comfortable. But awareness pain, oh man, becoming aware that all of your friends have rental property and you don't, that's a whole different kind of feeling. You get what I mean? That'll do a whole different thing to what you want to wake up in the morning and do. That'll do a whole different thing to what you feel is possible for yourself. I'm talking about awareness. So I'm going to give you 7 different vibes that are going to kind of increase your consciousness. 7 different vibes that you probably got these somewhere in your life. You need to stop these right now. Maybe you just pick one. At the end, I'm going to ask you which one you're willing to commit to stopping, okay? And then we're going to get into this. All right, check it out. Here's number 1, y'all. Everybody ready for number 1? Give me a number 1 and a share. Let's get this party started. Give me a number 1 and a share. You're going to want to share this on your own timeline because in your memories, you're going to want this to come up next time this year. Because I'm telling you, if you commit to some of this stuff that we're giving you this morning, you're going to change your life. This first one's going to be kind of tricky because we all do it. We all do it. In our household, we have kind of like made it our commitment to slow it down. But here's number 1, y'all. Turn off the news. Turn off the news. CNN, sometimes it seems like it stands for constantly negative news, right? Or Fox. You ever notice that the 6 letters in Fox also are 666? Like the F is a 6th letter, the O is a 15th letter, and then the X is the 24th letter. Now, I'm not saying that's what it, but I know ain't no Fox in the Fox logo. So what the heck are they getting at? Who knows? You know what I mean? Don't get me started. Some people say that I'm wild, man. I've seen all them YouTube videos about Walt Disney, all that stuff, man. But all I can tell you, yo, is that there is no, y'all ever seen James Bond? And Tomorrow Never Dies, the villain is like, there's no news like bad news. And that seems to be how these guys operate. The best way to get people's attention, right, is like to scare the crap out of them. So when they say there's no news like bad news, that's the best way I can describe what traditional media feeds our minds. It's like the junk food they serve is designed to get our attention, but not make us successful. Somebody give me that in the comments. The news is designed to get our attention, but not make us successful. And it's a practice. Shutting down the news is a practice a lot of us are going to find challenging because we grew up on bad news. You know, I'm pretty much 4, 5, 6, 7 years clean of this stuff. I can't say I block it on my internet browser. I still have the news tab on my phone. Matter of fact, Facebook just added a news tab. But here's what I want you to realize. We want to stay informed, right? Like my son yesterday sent me this video where he tried to of the Taliban or ISIS-K or whoever crashing one of these jets that they stole from America or that America left behind, however it goes. Man, I was so excited to see the video because I'm like, man, maybe they got low jack on these jets. And once they hit 12,000 feet, they just cut them off. I was like, man, that'll make me feel a lot better. Because me and Wifey was talking about the fact that, like, if they have stolen a bunch of American jets, how the heck is America going to fight them? What we got to do, paint our jets a different color? I don't even know if y'all been following this. If you haven't, I'm proud of you because I got that from the news. Check it out. All they do is raise my anxiety level. It's not making me successful. It does keep you informed, but millionaires is laced with cyanide. The perspective that they give is a lot of times not the perspective that builds you up and encourages you to crush your goals. You notice that? Instead, what the news does is tell us how everything's going wrong in the world, how you should stay at home, lock your door, not take any risks in life because you might fail. And what this way of thinking does is it permanently separates you from your dream. It permanently separates you from your destiny. Yes. Locking your door, staying at home, not taking any risks. That is a solution. That is a solution, right? But check it out. The world inside your head is too crucial to you finding your way in this world. You can't break through the barriers of failure if you're surrounding yourself with solutions that highlight people who haven't achieved their dreams. Those are the wrong solutions. Now, it's a solution because what it's doing is keeping you from getting too comfortable. But what I'm trying to say to you is that the way this world is designed is that it's easy to find people who have messed up. It's easy to find people who are out of control. It's much more difficult to find that 0.01% of people who actually achieve their dreams. If you're ready for number 2, give me a number 2 and a share. I'm just giving you something to think about this morning. Ashley. Good morning, millionaire. Yeah. Somebody out there feeling me? Okay. Give me a number 2 and a share if that makes sense. Give me a number 2 and a share if that makes sense. Give me a number 2 and a share if this is making sense to you. Give me a number 2 and a share. Let's get it. Let's get it. Here's number 2 of the habits that will keep you from the life you deserve. This is another tricky one, y'all, but dressing poorly. Dressing poorly. Now, again, sometimes, fellas, we need the lady in our life. You know, sometimes, ladies, maybe you need the fella, maybe your fella is more metro. Never mind. But the point that I'm making is that the way you look matters. I want to have a little moment of transparency. I was starting to fall into this thing, and I've always had it. Even when me and my brother were running all our stores and stuff, I had this thing of not showing up, kind of like stunting on my staff, because I felt like that was an invitation for them to start stealing out the register. You know what I mean? So I would show up kind of dressing down, looking like, we barely, man, I hope we make some sales today. Meanwhile, pockets full of money, all kinds of like drip and all of this stuff. But you can't do that, y'all. The way you look matters, despite what some people might tell you, despite what your level of self-esteem might be trying to make you think. Before you even open your mouth, people are judging you. shouts out to wifey because she definitely kind of like uh made me more aware and kind of like snapped me out of my stupor, like snapped me out of like, stop me from hitting that snooze button. But, you know, I'm going to do that for you right now because I want you to realize that even somebody like me who was so adamant and obsessed with not making people feel less than or not making people feel that I'm way different from them, that I'm trying to stunt or flex or make them feel. Listen to me. Even I understand that presentation is something that you should strive for. Time is not an excuse. There are always well-priced clothes available. If you listen, fellas, all you need is a couple of suits, right? All you need is a couple of suits. And then if you're in doubt about what to wear, then just wear a nice suit. A suit takes away all the decision making because it screams success and it makes you look good. Now, a couple things about wearing a suit. It needs to be tailored. Otherwise, it's going to look sloppy. Add some bright colors, like with a shirt or with a tie. If you're not going to wear a tie, make sure the shirt has some kind of colors to it. Why? Because it attracts the eye, right? It's bright. Make sure you wear shiny black shoes. Make sure your shoes don't look old. Shoes will make or break that outfit. Get your suit dry cleaned at least once or twice a year. You hear me? Hang it up after you wear it. You can find out how to iron on YouTube. Now, ladies, I can't give you too much clearly, right? But I will say that your options are limitless. I will say that if you wear something that fits your form well, that isn't too baggy, with a touch of, what y'all be doing? Blush. Y'all be doing y'all little, I'm just going to stop right there because y'all get the point. I'm not an expert in female fashion, but what I will say is that even when you go into the grocery store, the easiest way for you to run into your enemy is be dressing crazy. You know how they always be like, dress like you about to flex on your ex, or dress like you might run into your worst enemy. That's how you want to play it. I think in Napoleon Hill's book, The Law of Success, he tells this story. The law of success is what they congeal down into Think and Grow Rich. And he tells this story about a man who wore his best clothes when he would walk down the street every day. And people would see him walk past and swear he was a multimillionaire. What they didn't know is he was poor. What they didn't know is he was looking for his next break. But eventually, he was discovered by a successful business owner who gave him a job. He was able to build a career that many of us could only dream of. That's the power of dressing for the position you want, not the position you have. Millionaire. And here's another one before I leave that. Clothes change your mood. When you dress well, you feel better. You become more confident. It's crazy how it works. But man, even when you are feeling your worst, throw on some nice clothes and watch how it changes your vibe. It's these little things that add up to you becoming a phenomenon in your own world, in your own circle, in your own life. Next time you feeling down, put on a dope outfit, put on a smile, and go outside and be you. Watch what I'm telling you. Give me a number 3 in the share if y'all feeling me. Give me a number 3. That's right. Give me a number 3 in the share. Let's get it. Hey, I like that, Crystal. I like that, Crystal. 80% of feeling good is looking good. I like that. I like that. Yeah, I like that, Shalonda. Accessories and whatnot. Accessories. Okay. Okay, let's get it. Let's get it. Here's number 3. Here's number 3. This is a habit that will keep you from the life you deserve. Lack of self-control. Somebody give me that one. Lack of self-control. Millionaires all day, as we walk around in our cities, we are confronted by people who are doing things that annoy us. This is a fact of life. We always got 2 choices. One, we can react and yell abuse or give a look of disgust, right? 2, we can take control. We can breathe. We can make a conscious decision not to react so that we have the wherewithal to respond. Being top of the food chain is about your ability to respond. You hear a lot of people use the word responsibility. Being at the top of the food chain is about your ability to respond. How can you do that if you're reacting? How can you do that if you're in your animalistic state? How can you do that if you're in a state of savagery? You know what a savage is. You know what an animal does. It's fight or flight. How can you do that if you're in fight or flight? Humans have another choice. We don't have to just go fight or flight. We get to think. Millionaires, we all, and we are, none of us is above this. I'm talking to myself too. Don't get it twisted. I'm talking to myself. Don't get it twisted. I see people, even in the mirror, okay, all the time who choose that first option. And then they wonder why they have a bad day. And then they wonder why that bad experience turns into a bad mood, which becomes a bad temperament, which before you know it, you just have a wild personality. What we got to do is raise our consciousness level up to the point where, if we do something unkind to somebody else, we're realizing that we're causing ripple effects in this synergy that we're trying to create. We're looking for singularity, y'all. We're headed towards singularity. And the quicker you can get there, the quicker you can get there in alignment, the quicker you can raise your vibration. It's all going to be based around you understanding when you do something unkind to somebody, they're just going to replicate the same behavior back at you and back at other people in the world. But by having more self-control, by choosing the second option, you become more resilient. You become that one who's unflappable. You become the one whose mind is stronger than their body. You have to understand, for most people, their body is stronger than their mind. Their body is literally telling them what to do. I'm going to tell you something. The power for you to take your body and say, sit down, shut up. We're going to think about this for a minute. We're not going to do this. We're not going to do that. We're going to sit here and think. Man, that starts to translate to, we're not going to smoke that cigarette. That starts to translate to, we're not going to get in this argument with our boss. That starts to translate to, we're not going to let that coworker that annoys us get to us today. That starts to translate to, we're not going to scroll the internet when we should be focused, right? You being able to tell yourself, like you're talking to a pet, you being able to control your own body with your mind is the beginning of mastery. I'm telling you, you can do this once you raise your awareness to the fact that that's your goal. Everything you do is a choice, including your success. And you can make a new decision if you want to. If you're ready for number 4, give me a number 4 and a share. Give me a number 4 and a share. Give me a number 4 and a share. Let's get it, y'all. Let's get it. We only got a couple more minutes together. I think it's so funny that people thought my clock didn't work. We only got a couple more minutes together. Here we go. Number 4. This will hold you back from being a success, y'all. Keeping information and contacts secret. Keeping information and contacts secret. A mindset of scarcity, y'all, will jack you up. A mindset of scarcity, man, will create a lifestyle of scarcity. You hear me? It's going to stop you from being the phenomenon God put you here to be. You are at the top of the food chain. You are God's highest form of creation. How Jay-Z say it in this new Kanye? He was like, God in my cell, that's my, what did he say? God all in my cells, that's my celly, right? Made in his image, that's a selfie, right? What I'm saying is, here we are, made in God's image, with the highest form of God's creation. How then can we believe that scarcity mindset is natural? That's ridiculous. Millionaires, even when you're giving content, sometimes your natural thought is, oh, I'm not going to give them that. I'm going to make them pay for it. But what you don't realize is you're holding people back from rocking with you, because the way the human mind works, they're like, man, if she's giving me all this for free, I can't wait to see what's in her course. Or man, if he's giving me all this for free, I can't wait to see what it's like working with him in his organization. You get what I mean? All the time, when I try to get in contact with influential people, there are always people that stand in my way, that don't allow me to have access to the contacts, or don't allow me to have access to the resources. That ain't just you. I need to fulfill my vision. These people hold me back. They call them gatekeepers. Check it out, though. In the last couple years of my life, I've made it a habit to share my knowledge, to share my success with anybody who wants it. And by coming from this controlled state of abundance, it's allowed me to build these deeper relationships with incredible people that can change my life. Sharing everything I know has also brought me closer to all these new opportunities, all these new concepts, all these new resources that I wouldn't have come across no other way. The bottom line, y'all, is that the universe gives to the givers and it takes from the takers. That's the bottom line. You ever seen somebody that has all the opportunity in the world, all the ability and talent in the world, but yet they live this small life? It's because they're living selfish. They don't realize the most selfish thing you can do for somebody else, the most selfish thing you can do for yourself is serve somebody else. Somebody give me that in the comments. The most selfish thing. I ain't mad at you being selfish. I just want you to be long-term selfish. I just want you to be high class selfish. And class is not a socioeconomic phenomenon. Class is how long-term you think. That's why when in a low-class neighborhood, a low-class neighborhood, they'll sell you one cigarette. You go to the corner store. Because the people in that neighborhood think so short-term, they can't even think into the future when they might want a second cigarette. Never mind, can they think into the future about what the cigarette is doing, right? But what I'm saying to you is that when you go to a high-class neighborhood, they barely even have liquor stores. Now you see health food stores and all that. They're thinking long-term. This is my point. I ain't mad at you being selfish. I want you to be long-term selfish. And long-term, the most selfish thing you can do for yourself is serve somebody else. You hear me? Somebody give me a number 5 and a share. A number 5 and a share. A number 5 and a share. Let's get it. I got a couple more for you. Yeah, let's get it. The most selfish thing you can do for yourself is serve somebody else. The most selfish thing you can do for yourself is serve somebody else. The most selfish thing you can do for yourself is serve somebody else. All right, let's get it. All right, here's number 5. Too much time spent on a problem that will rob you. That will rob you of your success. That will rob you of your destiny. Too much time spent on a problem. Check it out. The way this human thing works, the way being alive is it's like this. Boop, 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 right? Up and down, up and down. You're either headed into a storm or you're coming out of one. Up and down, up and down. You either headed into the party or you got to leave the party. Up and down, right? But if you spend too much time in the down zone, check it out. If I'm on this mountain peak and I'm looking over at that mountain peak, what's between them? A valley, baby. A valley. You hear me? A crisis is going to arrive every once in a while. But if you focus all your energy, wherever energy flows, it grows. You get what I'm saying? Wherever energy flows, it grows. Listen to me. If you focus all your energy on a problem, you're distancing yourself from the solution, which means you're distancing yourself from success. Successful people that have done things we can only dream of. They all have this one thing in this. I mean, you can see the pattern. If intelligence is pattern recognition, use your intelligence. I want you to pick this out and tell me if I'm lying. Successful people know that you got to take a time out from the problem and go straight into a positive mindset of solution. Now, you know, in science, positive is represented by the plus sign, like you're adding none. Negative is represented by the minus sign, like you're taking away. Enough said. Can I say, enough, right? Say less, my G. Positive or negative? Am I trying to add unto my life? Am I trying to create abundance or am I trying to take it away? Now, don't get me wrong. The problems can get depressing, right? Real quickly. And it can make our minds go down all kinds of rabbit holes, right? But get used to getting in solution mode, millionaire, having a sense that you're going to figure it out. You know, one of our affirmations every morning is, why do things always seem to work out so well for me? Give me a number 6 in the share. Give me a number 6 in the share. We about to get out of here. Give me a number 6 in the share. Here's number 6, having zero confidence. Here's the thing about confidence, y'all. Confidence comes from knowledge. So we could say having zero knowledge, or we could say having a lack of obsessed with success. You need to be obsessed with success. That means every waking hour, right? And I ain't trying to make it sound like every waking hour. You know, anything, too much of anything is bad, right? But what I'm saying is If you're going to be a successful phenomenon out here, you're going to have to have faith in yourself. You're going to have to be confident. You're going to have to know enough about yourself to know that whatever comes, you're going to be able to figure it out. Now, blind confidence is a little trick that entrepreneurs have used ever since entrepreneurs been entrepreneuring. I remember my father told me, had he known everything it would have took to start those stores, he'd have never done that, right? You need a little bit of blind confidence. And what I'm saying is, if you need a little bit more confidence, then what you do is fill your head with knowledge about that experience. Reason we be scared to go around the corner is because we don't know what's over there, right? And the brain is this 2 million year old biological device that is not designed to make us happy, not designed to keep us rich or make us rich, not designed to help us find love. No, your brain is designed to keep you safe. And so if you want to make your brain feel safer in even wilder situations, then you need to go into it having some kind of sense of preparation. Millionaires, if not, you're stopping yourself from being all you can be. Here's number 7, y'all. Here's number 7, not having a purpose. Not having a purpose. Can somebody give me that one for number 7? Not having a purpose. I'm going to give you the call-in number in a minute, Bonnie. I'm going to give you the call-in number in a minute. Matter of fact, I'm going to throw it up there now since Bonnie asked. And if you call and it tries to charge you money, then just text call me to the same number, 667-776-9461, 667-776-WIN1. You can just call in or you can text that number, call me, and then the number will call you back. But check it out. I put this on Facebook last week. The moment a man or woman discovers a purpose that's bigger than their own personal ambitions, they just became a leader. Millionaires, failures lack purpose. And if you haven't found yours, then you need to spend every waking hour discovering what it is for you. Purpose will have you finding the love of your life. You hear me? Purpose will have you finding happiness that you thought you couldn't avoid. Purpose will have you give yourself away. Y'all know that one? So you can use me. See, most people fear being used. What I learned from personal development is that what I really need to fear is being useless. You hear me? And if you're looking for your purpose, I tell them, all you do is use what you love to do to help somebody, right? Passion times service equals purpose. I talk about that a lot in my book that you guys will get before the end of the year. But I just want you to think about that. Passion times service equals purpose. What activity would I be happy to do for free? What activity do I do it and time just melts away? And now, how can I use that to help somebody? This is the last one I'm going to give you, and then we gone. It's a little bonus, y'all. And then I want you to put in the comments which one was your favorite. Do me a favor and put in the comments which one was your favorite of these. Which one do you think you're going to be able to begin? Don't try to use all of these, but just try to use one. Here's number 8. I need you to start instituting a belief that you deserve more. When you look throughout history, all the great ones seem to realize that they were on a path that was given to them by the Most High. And then all the great ones seem to work themselves out of low self-esteem, if that's what they were dealing with, to the point where they feel like they deserve their dreams. So listen, I don't care if you get it from the belief that you are walking a path that is ordained, or if you get it from the belief that in your mind you have a work money link. And subconsciously, you don't feel like you can make money without working hard. If you feel that way, you better start working, because you ain't gonna be able to climb the ladder of success with your hands in your pockets. But millionaires, a lot of us settle for guilt and suffering and shame because it's familiar. So we go and do the thing that we know is going to hurt us. We feel guilty about it, but hell, at least I can predict that. I know we fear the unknown, but what I'm telling you is go within, or you're going to learn to go without. Learn to go within, or you're going to learn to go without. And millionaires, believing that you deserve more is a fantastic way to increase your potential for success. There's a story about the fox and the grapes, where basically that fool start to say, hey, you know what? I don't even care about them grapes. Them grapes probably suck anyway, because he had tried a few times, but then he basically lost the belief he could do it. So then he decides the grapes are sour. That's what people do with their dreams. You had all kinds of goals and dreams in your life when you were younger, before reality started biting you. But what I'm saying is the devil is a liar, and he will fan the flames while you're sweating in the fire. So what we do every morning is these affirmations. You probably never tried it before. but I want you to try it this morning. Because what you deserve is what you sacrifice and what you're willing to give to the world without expecting anything in return. You hear me? What you deserve is what you're willing to serve. You hear me? It's a funny thing about this world. Same thing you serve, same thing you got to eat. You better be serving love. You better be serving abundance. You better be serving value. You better be serving positive vibes. You better be serving enthusiasm. You better be serving problem solving, because then that's what you're going to get. All right. Love y'all. Repeat after me. I am so happy and grateful